Hello everyone and welcome to Stampin' Among Gum Trees. My name is Kath and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Melbourne, Australia. And I am really excited to be here this afternoon to show you how I had colour and depth and texture to stamped images without actually picking up a pen or a texter or a paint or a pencil, because I'm not a colourer. I don't do colouring. So I hope you'll enjoy this and find it as much fun as I do. I think it's better. It's more fun than colouring with pencils. I don't find that relaxing at all, but I love doing this, especially with these outline images that we have on lots of our stamps, because you can stamp it in your Memento black, but you'll just get the black outline, or you can stamp it in a colour, but you'll just have the coloured outline, and the inside of the outline, of course, will be white or whatever colour cardstock you've stamped onto. When you colour this way, this is a fun way, you use these outline images, but you add colour. And the easy way to do that is simply with masks. And that's what I'm going to show you this afternoon. But before I do that, I have to tell you that tomorrow, the 18th of September 2025, is from midnight, or from 12:01 a.m. the 18th until 11:59 p.m. the 18th, we have a 24-hour stamp sale happening at Stampin' Up. There's 15% off all stamps and stamping tools. I've plastered this everywhere I possibly could. It's on my Facebook business page. It's on the Facebook group. It's on my blog. I've included it in tomorrow's newsletter, so it will go out in the newsletter. But it's a really good deal. If you've been looking longingly at stamps in the catalogue, in the annual catalogue or the September-December mini catalogue, and thinking you couldn't afford them, now might be the time. Perhaps you can. If they're favourites that you know that you will use and keep, it could be a good opportunity to save some money and get those stamps that you want. Now, I am going to let you know that live chat is enabled this afternoon. So that means that if you are logged into your Gmail or YouTube account, you can join in the chat, and that would be lovely. I'm also going to let you know that if you're watching on replay, it is Wednesday the 17th of October, I'm a month ahead, September 2025, and it is around 2:30 p.m. And it was a grey and dismal morning here, guys, but the sun has just popped out, so that's really nice, isn't it? Okay, now I'm going to show you the stamp, the colouring that I do. I'm going to use the Lovely Garden Suite. So there's paper, stamps, dies, and the star of the show, the masks. There's also some bling. And these are called Starburst Sequins. So they're in crushed curry, basic white, and that looks like, fresh freesia. Is that the colour? Yes, fresh freesia. Sorry, had a mental block then. And of course, the roll of ribbon. When you buy the suite, you get everything, and it all coordinates. So this ribbon, I don't know if you can see it. This ribbon is gorgeous. It's velvet. Tiny and narrow, and it's velvet. It's just beautiful in the soft fresh freesia colour. Really pretty. Okay, the paper is lovely too. We're not going to concentrate quite so much on the paper today as we are on the stamps and dies and masks, but I will show it to you because it is rather stunning. So we have that, and the reverse is that. And you get 2 sheets. Then we've got this really pretty, this reminds me so much, this little yellow flower, reminds me so much of a Laura Ashley print. When Hannah, the house we lived in, our house we lived in that we were renovating when Hannah was a baby, we had this tiny, tiny little yellow flower Laura Ashley print wallpaper on the walls in Hannah's room. And the reverse side is black and white, monotone. Isn't it stunning? So, so nice. Just leaves. Can be used for any occasion. Another pretty floral. And the reverse is just little polka dots. Gone really simple with the reverse side in this suite. Now this, as you can see, I haven't cut into it because I think it is stunning. I love it just like that. It's almost too pretty to cut into. And the reverse side is almost just as pretty. Has little teeny tiny sprigs on it in the light and dark fresh freesia colour. It's really, really pretty. And it coordinates really well with the garden green. This one I absolutely adore too, and I haven't cut into this. First of all, because it's showing the flowers, and I'm calling them hydrangeas. And I adore hydrangeas. I don't know whether they're supposed to be hydrangeas or not, but to me they look like hydrangeas. But the actual overall print really reminds me of a William Morris print. If you're familiar with the William Morris prints in the arts and crafts movement, some of those were stunning like that. And is this not? How fun is that? It's stripes or lines, but they're all wonky. They're not straight. They're everywhere. I love it. And here's another really pretty one. Looks like a little meadow of flowers. And we flip it over and we have more stripes. Another monotone black and white. So it's a really lovely suite of papers. And you never know, I might decide to use some of it this afternoon. Now, the advantage of buying paper from Stampin' Up! Is it's colour coordinated with the inks and the ribbon. And where did the bling go? The bling and the blends. You see? And the blend. So that's fresh freesia, light and dark fresh freesia. Everything coordinates. And it tells you on the back of each packet of paper what colours are in the designs on this paper. So we've got basic black, of course, and blueberry bushel, which is this lovely rich blue. Crushed curry is a yellow, garden green, fresh freesia, and melon mambo. Melon mambo, really pretty pink. That's that nice bright hot pink. I just love it. Just love it. So that's the papers. I'm going to pop those away. Don't need that anymore because I'm putting it back into its cover. And we'll go through. And I might pop the bling and the ribbon in there too so I don't lose them. Because you know I'm going to go, what did I do with it? What did I do with it? Okay. I don't like colouring. It's painful. To me, it is painful. Let me put my blends pop them away so they don't get in the way. It is absolutely painful. But when you colour with masks, it's really simple. I've gone ahead and I've stamped this image Can't see it because I've tied it down. I've stamped in Memento Blank. Stamped it, and I've put the mask over the top. Now the masks come in a set, and it does, this set particularly does both flowers on the stamp set. So you've got the hydrangea and the peony. I don't know what that would be, but whatever it is, both flowers and the leaves for both flowers. So all we do is start with mask number 1, and you won't be able to see it because I didn't. Let me see if this will work. Take some black. I don't know if this will work. There's a number. It's not going to show up, but there is a number on each mask. On the other ones I've used, I've highlighted them in gold so that I know which one they are. And they have a little notch at the top, the numbers directly underneath it, and that's to help you line it up because they go in layers. And if you use the notch and line them up, and I am going to cheat and use a pencil or a biro to mark my where I want it to be. We won't see these lines, so don't worry about it. I might need to put something under that so you can see it doesn't stand out on the mat very well, does it? Okay, so we can start colouring. And I think I might do, I'm going to try Blueberry Bushel just because I can. Open it up, pop it down. And these are just going, I'm not going to mix colours with these. I'm keeping it really simple for you. Blueberry Bushel, yeah. Okay. On my blending brush, I'm getting some ink, and I'm just going to push off most of it. And then I'm just going to lightly go over the mask and colour. I could leave it like that if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So I'm going to get mask number 2. I've got it held down with washi tape because my fingers wobble. Number 2, I'm going to line it up perfectly. I line it up like that and line it up like that. Now don't worry as you're adding your layers that you think, oh no, it's not lined up properly, because this mask is different. It's going to colour different areas. And again, I'll ink up my brush, come off, and just go over it again. You can stop at 2 layers of colour if you want to. But I say, when it's so easy and so quick, look how pretty it is already. You see how pretty that is already? Look at the depth of that colour. We take number 3 and we do the same thing. We line it up within the marks that I've got there. And you can see the outline on your mask of where it needs to be. Like that, and go like that. And I'm going to use a bit more colour. I'm not going to brush all of it off. I'm going to try a lot and add more to it. And I'm just going to lift it and see what I think. Is that not pretty? How nice is that? Isn't it just gorgeous? Look at it. So pretty. And look at the depth of the colour. And that was just using one colour, blueberry bushel and layering it up and up and up. You can use different colours and layer your different colours if you want to. Let's do the leaves, and then I'll show you how easy they are to clean. There we go. Mask number 4, yep. And it goes there like that. Same deal, we're doing the leaves, but we're still lining it up. Just that. Do the leaves in garden green because that's the coordinating colour for the suite. I will say garden green is not my favourite colour, but it does work. And I'll do the same thing. Up, sharp, get some more ink on it, and just go over. Now, if you're not happy with the depth of the colour, you can go back over it, line up your mask and redo it. You might think it needs more colour. As with everything, you start off because less can be more, so we can always add more, we can't take it away. And number 5, we go mask number 5. This one puts the detail onto the leaves. Lining up, not quite there. Whoop, it moved. See, that's why I tape it, because my hands don't work. Some more ink. Not to worry. Maybe I can hold it just for this little minute. There's our first flower done. It's really cute. Is it not lovely? I just love doing this. There we go. Now, if we want to do another colour, that's fine. We can do another colour. Let me put that down. But we need to clean the mask first. They are super, let me pop that there. Super simple to clean. I'm going to use a wet wipe. And that's been on there, so run over the back. Give it a blow for a minute. Pop it up there to dry. You will find that the reds, like they stain your stamps, will stain your mask. Fold this like I fold my cleaning cloth. Just like that. When you get to the more detailed ones, just be a little bit careful. Some of those little pieces in the centre are fragile. And then the outside. And we're back to number 1. All done. Okay. How easy was that? Super, super simple. While those masks, oh, I didn't do the leaves. I didn't do the leaves. Why didn't I do the leaves? I do the other leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not that it would have really mattered because we would use the same colour. And okay, now the dies came with this as a bundle in the suite. I stick my dies to the back of the stamp set that they coordinate with. So they're together. I can find them all the time. I just use red tape, or your husband, partner, boyfriend, son might have some out in the shed. It's called 100-mile-an-hour tape. If it's for outdoors, it's really super strong, so that's not going to come off. And it means the dies and the stamps are together. So we can cut this out. Can I line it up? and the lines up. What did I use that washi? I'm just using regular washi tape, just might have come from Kmart. Just a little piece, and I'm going to try and not get it on the image if I can. Just enough to hold the die in place till I put it on the mat to cut it out. Turn it because it seems to be just like that. Okay, give me 20 seconds and I'll be back. I'll cut this out. Talk amongst yourselves, folks. Okay, that was quick and easy. Die cutting machines certainly do make life easy. Take the washi off. Take the die off. I try to make it a habit of putting the dies away as soon as I've finished with them. There's our focal image done. Looks so pretty. Okay, let's get rid of that piece. Now, that looks really nice. Quite happy with it, with the black outline. But of course, I always like to step them up a bit if I possibly can. So we will use this in a moment. I'm just going to pop it over here. And I'm going to get the masks. I've heat embossed the flower, the hydrangea, in silver. I used the Silver Wow embossing powder and I heat embossed it. It gives a really different finish to the image. So let's get number one. Number one, I had it here. And this is a tricky bit that I always seem to muck up. Pop it there like that. You see where you can see it sort of fits the outline like so. What did I do with that pen? Good question. I'm going to do the same thing again. And this time I'm going to mark the notch as well, just because I can. Like that. I'm happy with that. A couple of pieces of washi to hold it in place. And I chose silver specifically because these colours in this suite are actually cool colours. So the Fresh Freesia and the Melon Mambo are cool colours. They're not warm. They don't have a yellow base. So I could have used gold and it would have looked lovely, but the silver is going to make it really pop and look spectacular. And we'll try it with the Fresh Freesia and see how it goes. If I can get it open. There we go. And my Fresh Freesia. That. My blending brushes. Okay. Now I've put the colour on quite heavily with this layer. which means that it's going to be even heavier as it builds up, so the color will be more vibrant. That's my plan anyway, folks. That's my plan, but I do love. And how quick is this? If you had to color all these with blends, Stampin' Blends, or Stampin' Right markers, which are being discontinued, folks. So whatever's available for sale is all that's available for sale. When they're gone, they're gone. Yeah, it's building. Hey, photos are pretty. Number 3. Like so. There we go. How gorgeous is that? And can you see the sparkle from the bead embossing? And it stays silver. It doesn't take on the color. It repels the color from the stamp. Right. Number 4 for the leaves. Line it up. Where did I put the garden green? Look at that. And this one. Green, a little bit more. Oh, put my finger in it. I'll wipe that off before it goes everywhere. Does anyone else do that? It's why I usually close the ink pads as soon as I've finished with them, because I make a mess. I'm just as messy in the craft room as I am in the kitchen, folks. If you've ever seen me cook, you will know. Okay. I will close that straight away. We'll close the fresh freezer straight away. And I'll see what this one looks like. Oh, super pretty. Super, super pretty. Really, I'm really pleased with the way that turned out. I'll pop that there. I have one more to do, and this one I want to do in the Melon Mambo. So I'm not going to clean the mask off because it's close enough in colour. I am just going to line it up like so. Grab the pen, do the marking, add the tape, get the Melon Mambo, and let's try this. Such a pretty pink there. Such a pretty pink. I really got light. Yeah, it's always pretty like that. Number 2. Number 2. Yes, yes. You do this. And go like that. plenty. It's such a vibrant colour anyway. And then we get this, and we go like this. You know how easy it is to line them up once you've got that mark. And it only took a second to line them up originally. Now, a little bit heavier with this one, with the final colour for the highlight. Isn't that gorgeous? And then we do the leaves. Back to the leaves. Back to garden green. Pop that down, close this up, move that away. Anyone else talk to themselves when they're crafting like that? Tell yourself what to do so that you don't make a mess. And then the detail for the leaves. Ooh, I just had an interesting idea, but I'll have to think about it. And there it is. How pretty is that? Two of them together. All right, let me clean this up. I will die cut those and then we'll do some card making. Putting the stamps away. That's the only colours I had. We didn't do the blueberry bushel. Oh, yes, we did. Okay. It's all right. Clean as we go and we don't get into a muddle. Is that what we say? Does it work? Okay, I'll be back in 10 seconds or so, maybe 20. I'll crank out. No, won't be back at all because I haven't got the die. There we go. Pop the die on. Can't go anywhere without the die, can I? The washi. All right. Okie dokie. I'm back in the tick. Let me know in the comments what your favourite colour is. Berry bushel, melon mambo, or the lilac. And we'll push through the colour mambo. Get down. And there we go. Okay. Here we are back again. Let me put those blending brushes away so I don't make a mess. did I do with the die? Put the die away so I don't lose it. Back into its envelope. I think I've finished with the big stamp for the moment, so I'm going to take it off the big block. Carefully, carefully, carefully. Carefully, carefully, carefully. Because it's well and truly stuck. And put that back in the stamp case. Pop that away. Alrighty. Now, get rid of that. Get rid of that. There. What a mess. There you go. Oh, oh, oh. Hmm. Isn't that pretty? Absolutely pretty. You like the fresh freesia, the melamombo, or the blueberry bushel the best? The blueberry bushel would look lovely with the silver heat embossing. And I actually think the fresh freesia would stand out better with maybe, not black because black's harsh, but on a Secret Sea would be good as the stamp. Black, I think the Memento black would be too hard for the soft colour, but the Secret Sea would look nice as the outline on the fresh freesia, because of course those colours look nice together anyway, and that might be the card base for this particular flower, I think. I was going to do the melamombo on that too, and I might well end up doing that because they look really good together. Little bit of Highland Heather here. I'm not a purple fan. Purples don't really do much for me, but I do like Highland Heather as a colour for a card base or a mat. Okay, so that answers my question. I'm going to use Secret Sea for those two. And we'll pop this to the side and I'll think about what we're going to do now. I've already scored these. 21 by 14.5 centimetres, scored at 10.5. Gives you your standard card base. I know lots of people will take the A4 sheet and fold it in half. That makes the measurements too fiddly. Too fiddly for me. I like them to be pretty easy. I can work in centimetres or half centimetres. I don't want to work in 0.2 centimetres or 0.3 centimetres. It can either be whole centimetres or half centimetres. Let's do that with this one too. Give them a good burnish. We want them to sit flat. See how I'm using the whole of the bone folder to do the creasing, not just the edge. This one's not sitting flat, so let's go over it again. And it's just about flat. Let's go again, and it is flat. I don't know why it makes a difference, but it does. Okay, we've got those. Do I have mats cut for this? I have mats for the inside. So we go 1, 2, Okay. Here we go. I'm just playing now because I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so we've got that. I need a piece of secrecy. Okay. I'm just thinking here, folks. Just thinking. So, I quite like that. I really do quite like that. I wonder what it'd be like with a little bit of silver under it. A little bit of silver foil. Oops, sorry, I'm blinded with the glare. A little bit of silver foil under it. Put that down. Put that there. We're layering it up. It is getting quite heavy with the layers. I actually don't mind that. What are the sentiments on the stamp set? Thankful for you, friend. Okay, how big is it? Let's see. Oh, it's quite big. Quite big. Get the silver. Let's go straight with this part. Do I want to emboss that before I put this on it? I think I do. Just something, nothing outlandish, just something a bit soft and subtle. Whoops, I've knocked the table. What have I got? Let me see what I've got in the embossing tray. That might look nice. That one might look nice. And there's this one, which I think is becoming my favourite. So we've got the brick. We've got the mini corrugated, which is sort of, I think that's on the last chance list, or has it been discontinued already? The trick with this one is actually getting it to, what I usually do, there's a line. Can you see that line there? I usually put the edge in there in the hopes that it's not going to. How do you reckon corrugated would look? Corrugated might look good. Because there's also this one, which is from the new Peaceful Greenery set. I haven't even used it yet. How bad is that? Or how good is that? I haven't used it yet. I've had too much fun with all the other stuff. and it's like a frame, more like a, no, I just have to, no. I think I'm going to use the little corrugated folder, even though it is on the last chance list. So give me just a second to line it all up and crank it through the embossing machine. And the issue is it's going to have to not move, otherwise my corrugations will be crooked and that will be sad, and I want them to go long ways. That's it. That on it and pop that on that. Okay, I have a plan. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Pop this away because I think that's going to look rather special. All right. Card base. Card front. I just have to trim that down. Pop that on. I'm not going to. No, I'm going to leave it the way it is. How wide is it? That's 8 centimeters wide. 2.5. So 14.5 less 2.5 is 12. So let's see. Bring this up at 12 and see if that's right. Just to keep the borders even. I really don't like. I don't mind bigger borders and smaller borders or whatever. Like the bigger border around there is fine. That's perfectly okay. I don't mind that at all. Let's stick that. Now I'm actually going to cut that down. About a centimetre. Which means I need to make it 11. Oh, it's not going to be right. That's fine. Keep those little scraps. This is going to be better. Pop that up. I think I'm happy with that. Okay, let's get some glue. I'm using up glitter glue, my favourite liquid adhesive. Stampin' Up does sell Tombow. I'm sure I've said this before, I don't particularly like Tombow. That way? That way. I don't especially like Tombow simply because Tombow doesn't actually dry. It dries, but it's still quite tacky. And that means that sometimes your precious cards will fall apart after a little while. two. Okay. Again, I'm turning it this way. I like to, when I'm centering things like this, I always have it just a smidge more towards the top than the bottom. Tiny, tiny bit. You almost don't see it, but it just makes a difference. Get some dimensional. I'm using minis because they work well. I like my minis. Don't skimp on them, folks. There's a reason they're not expensive. Especially if you are putting cards with layers through the post. You pop them up. Don't skimp on the dimensionals. Now I'm using minis. For such a large image, regular dimensionals would probably have been better, but I prefer the minis. Okay, let me make sure that's what I want to do. That way or that way? On straight up. Oh, although it's not too bad straight up either. Okay. All right. Backing's off. Let's see how many Lacy Dog can get on her. Tonight. Be interesting to see. While I'm doing this, have you all registered for World Card Making Day? It's free. It's a free event. Put on by Stampin' Up on Saturday afternoon, 4th of October. And if you register, there is, they'll send you a link to the Zoom so that you can follow along with them as they craft. But there will also be a free gift for watching, for registering and watching, that they will send you after the event. And there is also a lovely stamp set that just for World Card Making Day. It's just beautiful, that you can order too. There's links to my store in the discussion box below. Okay. And that's the inside. Yes, it is. I like to double map my insides. So this is a piece of basic white cut out 14 by 10. The piece that I stamp on will be cut at 13.5 by 9.5 and put over the top. I don't know what I'm going to stamp yet. I thought I liked that, but it's very big. Where did I put it? I had it. So I took it out, didn't I? To check the size. So it'll be here somewhere. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to put on it yet. I am, however, going to get the Wink of Stella, which is just over here. Anyway, I'm just going to do a little wink. Time to get a refill. You can get refills for your wink. Did you know that, folks? You don't have to buy a new one every time you use it up. Let's do the leaves too. Too bad I'm doing the leaves. Okay. Oh, that's how I colour without picking up a pencil or a marker or a stamp and blend or a paint set or anything else. I like to use masks. Thankful Garden bundle is the Let me check. I do not want to lead you astray. So let me check that. Because, you know, I could be telling a lie. And that would be a disaster. All right. Come on, hurry up. Very slow website today. Could be because I'm streaming, but you never know. All right, come on. Seriously, people, let's get a wriggle on here. I bought it as part of the suite. So I got the stamps, the dies, the mask, the DSP, the ribbon, and the sequins all in one package, and bought the whole lot because I like everything. If it's part of a set, I like to have it all. So I've got options, which means I might let's see. See what these little white sequins, just talking about sequins then, these little white sequins might actually, why won't it? Come on, guys. That's called Thankful Garden, yes. Oh, it's a bit like me, the website. Sleeping. I have these out before. Now I put them away and I can't find. Here we go. Product suites. And then Lovely Garden is the suite, isn't it? The suite is called Lovely Garden, if you're looking for it on the website. And Thankful Garden bundle is, I was right, the stamps, the dies, and the masks all together in the one thing. And when you buy them as a bundle, they're all available individually, so you can buy them individually if you want to. It's the end of this jelly thing. You can buy them individually if you want to, but you buy them as a bundle, you save 10%. So here we go. Let's see what this looks like. I'm putting it up on full screen so that I can see what you are looking at. 1, 2, 3 up there. Just to bring it up a bit. I think they're far too lilac-y. Okay, there we go. That's it. I don't know what I'm going to put in the middle, in the center, and I'm not sure that I'm even going to put something on the front of it. I like it the way it is. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. That helps our channel grow. And I will see you on Friday for a unfold class. Until then, have fun stamping, folks.